Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to GB Gaming, another Patreon episode. You can see me clicking around. Commentary's been done after I've already done the video, just because I forgot to actually record myself while actually doing the game. So I'm going to try and talk us through what's happening on. So you know, Will Robbins, you were the person selected this week to be our patron, and I hope you are enjoying the Patreon series. We are starting off with you actually, and we're going to hit these slugger boys, or hard boys with sluggers, with your guns. We have a lot of Centurions now. We've upgraded them all as for the choice in the Patreon poll, and we're carefully moving up our forces onto this bridge. Now this bridge is going to become a little bit of a difficult task for us in this mission, because it's just absolutely chock-a-block with Orks, and it does require us to get a little bit of support from our allies. Snake moves up, targets the battle fortress. Rolls unlucky though and doesn't quite take it out, although he should have done really. That is unfortunate. The metal guns hopefully can finish it off though. And they do. First kill to the Space Marines. Khan moves up, looks to target whatever he can shoot. In this case, sadly, not going to do much damage because they're trenched. But he does do some hits. Fellow Ironclad coming up behind him. And our Warhound starts to move up as well. We do have another Ironclad. Getting the Ironclads in, as you remember, is pretty useful for us, so we're going to keep doing that. Going to target what looks to be the battle fortress here with the super cannon. Again, roll unlucky. Should have been dead. Didn't die to the Ironclad. More is the pity. Make a mistake. They could have moved that Land Raider up further, but hey ho. And basically all I can do is look at my Land Raiders and go, why can't I move them in? There I am sitting at the back there myself. However, we will start to move our air support up. Air support clearing the way on the bridge for the first squad, which is TG Robbo's squad. TG Robbo's a bit of a trooper in this episode, so well done TG. You'll see what I mean as you watch the episode. And the rest of our guys moved up in their transports, etc., to try and be supportive. Bear in mind, our guys are in Land Raiders with las cannons. You can't really complain about this. Bane sword finishing off, hopefully, for us. It does. And then our assault squad with flamers trying to take out the fort. Not having much success. Caesar pops down saying, oh, I will take this. And he does. And still moving forward, he does manage to clear the fortress. Shadowslily, Master of the Blade, moving up with support from Centurions, getting ready for the next wave of assault. And our Land Raider Achilles. And just a little bit of movement now to get all our battle lines on the march forward. Looks like the north may be a little bit easier to clear on this wave. Not as wide an area to cross as it goes on the bridges. And I move up with my squad just to oversee the operation. So, looking pretty good. We decide to end the turn, see what the Orks do. They do nothing in way of response. They're just sitting there idly by. The Orks aren't very, very proactive in this mission. It just seems like they're on the run, trying to hold the line. Orks don't really do defensive very well. Land Raider moves up again, aiming to strike something. Choose the best of the options that we can, but again, long range shots to the Achilles, not really its forte. Drive our laner into a tank doesn't work out too well for us. But we do it anyway. Bringing our Storm Eagle in for support down the bottom. Sorry, up the top, I mean. And now the rest of our troops looking idly at what can be done. The middle has turned into a bit of a unfathomable task to try and clear. It's going to take a while to clear out this central space. Trying to get our dreadnoughts up on the front line. Khan moves up, hits for the shooter boys, or the Gretchen I believe is going to hit. Seems like he's going to choose the shooter boys in this case and swing to them. Our Ironclad finishes off, hopefully, the battle fortress, which he does. Allowing us to move our sergeants up. Unfortunately, our 2 sergeants are actually more ranged sergeants, so we choose a flamer squad. And then provide support from our grav cannons where possible. So it looks like we're going to target. So again, our metal guns really have no much damage they can do. The Plissken targeting the fortress down the bottom. That's the heavy bolt squad here. Titan finally gets in range. But again, its firepower not really being too helpful here. Can target any of the squads. So decide to start adding firepower into that fortress. Very little in the way of other damage that we can do. The size Ork columns are detected on the bridge, so they are blocking the bridges, trying to prevent the Space Marines from moving too close. Our Storm Raven adding some firepower in to the middle area. We do get our troops moved up a little bit into this kind of central island, but we are kind of held up by quite a lot of Ork forces. The Orks choose not to respond at this point again. And it's quite nice in this respect because it's allowing the Salamanders to spread out and really go to work on the enemy forces, if you like. So decisions made here. Do we need to move up? What do we need to clear? We need to. The thing is, sometimes you need to clear a path, and that's more important tactically. Try and clear a path if we can to get our units up. Failing again, leaving on 1. We're very unlucky in this episode in particular about leaving things in a good position. Our Bane hand, Bane sword moves up. So just moving up very slowly. Fortress, brilliant. The Ironclad takes it out. Centurions move up again. Khan trying to pick a target, undecided yet. Goes for the Gretchen. Titan has quite a few targets, but again, it's always best to finish something off. Helios really going to work. Centurions just clearing out the fortresses now with TG Robbo and sorry, not TG Robbo, Snake and Caesar and everyone else is on this flank. And again, end our turn. Really hitting our Storm Eagle there, taking quite a lot of firepower. I decide to rest and refit that Storm Eagle up the north. We will try and reinforce it as well, obviously, next turn. Lots of Centurions are now moved up. As has our Bane sword. So these Orks are in trouble. Metal guns hitting them, heavy bolters hitting them, and finishing them off. It's a glorious day in the north. So we've cleared the north really at the bridge approach now, so we can kind of move around. And hopefully what I want to do is try and get a flanking manoeuvre going. Very important. Flanking manoeuvres do actually work pretty well. So Storm Eagle moves up to try and add some fire support, take things out on the bridge. However, it takes a pretty nasty hit, which could be the end of our Storm Eagle if we're not careful. Titan, pretty much only one viable choice. Take out the Mega Dread there. Try to clear this final bridge. Every bit of firepower we have obviously going in. I move up now, and we think we're going to go probably end our turn here in a second, which we do. Looks like we're going to end our turn. Oh, we've got one dreadnought up, two dreadnoughts up, and not much else at this point. Oh no, our Storm Eagle does get shot down. We're going to need to rescue those pilots. So we have to go to a purchase. As you know, if we lose a Space Marine, we do replace it. So in this case, it's going to be a Walker. It's going to be an Ironclad. And in this case, it will be VanguardGaming. Our patron, so Vanguard. Or Vanguard, Master of Games, I think we're going to call him. I'm just looking through the patron list at this point, just going, who's next in the randomness? Bringing our Land Raider up, and the rest of our troops now can actually embark in their Land Raiders. Really propel themselves forward. We do look to reinforce our Storm Eagle there, knowing what happened to our previous Storm Eagle. And so forth and so on. So now we're going to try and clear these hovels. Lots of Land Raider fire basically. Clear them out. The north is looking pretty clear. We do need to take this city though, or this ruined city on the outskirts. Just can't quite shift those guys in there. No matter how hard we try. So much firepower put into them. In the end, have to get Khan to finish them off. Just in a position that we can actually do something reasonable. We do spot some Death Copters. And other scary items. Finally capturing the middle bridge section. So we do have this middle island. The question is, can we get off the middle island now that we've taken it? There seems to be orcs everywhere. Salamanders. Looking good, looking ready. trying to take out this direction on the bridge, which Khan does with ease. In preparation to move up. Gonna bring our Titan up to add some firepower. Some vehicles on there. We'll try and take out the lobber, which the Titan does really easily. I bring myself up, realising there's actually death boxes there now. A little bit concerned with my own health and safety, but never mind. Getting the north, we are in a pretty good position now to start. We'll bring some units down actually to help our brethren and go for a flank. Not a bad idea to try and clear a flank. All our land raiders moving up. And our ironclad. We mustn't forget our Bane sword. This is where I realised that this squad actually does not have a land raider, which is most annoying, and I can't purchase one either. We do have our Bane sword to move though. Our Storm Eagle runs into a death copter. It does take some fire from that. And Vanguard is finally able to join us and move up. Obviously when you purchase a unit, you can't move it straight away in the turn that you purchase it. So we're in a good position. We're going to end our turn, see what the Orks do. Orks still failing to react at all well to the threat of our forces. We are stuck once again on a bridge that we need to try and get off if we can, which is going to be the painful bit. Our ironclad's working hard to try and get us through one by one, grinding down the enemy. We look to see if we can get shots off. Snake fires a rocket into the enemy. That's pretty much all we can do in this area here. But then we do have our reinforcements flanking down from the north, which are going to be quite helpful to our team. Clearing out the north with metal guns, etc., and capturing the bridge points. And Dreadnought stepping up to the base. Shadowslily, who's been actually a brilliant Dreadnought throughout the entire series. So Shadow, thank you. Thank you for supporting Patreon as well. Run into some Gretchen on our way into the sea. Caesar moves up to scout this northern hovel. Finds some Orks hiding in it and decides to engage them with untold aggression. Meanwhile, more of our men moving up. Still can't buy a land raider sadly for these guys. A bit annoyed about it. We will get that sorted in the next episode. Storm Eagle decides that we're going to bring it down and try and harass the enemy. So we're going to take this flat gun out. Not the best of ideas, try to attack a flat gun, but it does work out this time. And we're looking at this point and going, we'll end our turn. The Orks now start to shoot us back with a lobber. To very little effect. The Ork morale must be pretty bad today. They're not really doing much to us. As Shadow once again clears another sector of enemies. Contemplate life. Storm Eagle moving into a better firing position. Takes out the other lobber on the bridge. And our Bane sword starts to move up, not quite in firing position yet. Caesar goes for the slugger boys, nearly kills them. Again, leaving them on one. We've been really unlucky with that this week. assaulting our weird boys, taking them out. We have some shooting to do. Trying to go for the sluggers, probably the only real thing there for our heavy bolter things. Achilles attacking the battle fortress. And that looks to be like we're coming up to just the southern units now. Khan being a trooper and clearing another part of the bridge. Titan really again a few choices. The more we get killed, the more we can move things up. The more we can move things up, the better off we'll be at clearing areas. Ironclads press forward once again. Snake taking some out with a rocket, and our other ironclad moving up to try to clear a path, which we are doing. We're nearly at the end of that bridge, so this bottom bridge is pretty clear. Quite happy about this result. And then we're just looking around to see if there are any more units that can fire. It appears though we may have reached our end over these. So it looks like we will be ending the turn shortly. Oh, we did forget about Vanguard. Loop him up. So we end the turn. Orks failed to respond again. Also attacking at this point. Heavy bolters clear those Gretchen pretty quickly. Land Raider takes out Deathcopter, although it does get some rockets off. Now Ironclad moving up with support from Snake to clear the bottom edge. Snake again doing well with those rockets today. We've become used to Snake Sword doing well with rockets. Of course he was in the Cyclone Terminator unit before. Storm Eagle takes some pretty nasty hits there from the loot. But Robbo comes to the rescue. Blinding kill. Shadowslily coming in from behind, trying to help clear the bridge. More Marines moving up. Meanwhile, back at the city, our fight for the city continues. Do manage to take out the Skull Hammer with our Land Raider Achilles. And our Ironclad gets involved. Targets the weird boys, looks like the weakest target. Also they're psychically driven. Caesar goes to try and finish. And finally does the guys in the north. Who look like they did reinforce actually. Meanwhile, the rest of our forces consider their options. And it's looking again like we're in a good position to get our clearance done on both bridges. Fire being exchanged across the bridges, which I like to see. Hard, finishing off the looters. Taking out the flat cannon with our Centurion squad. Reinforcing that Storm Eagle. Don't want to lose another Storm Eagle if we can help it. Flyers quite weak in this game actually, but I like it. I don't mind that they're weak in this game. Decided where we're going to shoot actually. Oh, it looks like I missed the fact that he could shoot. Dreadnoughts clearing out one of the capture objectives. Nearly they got all these now, so we're in a good position. Snake once again takes out another vehicle with a rocket and grav cannons. Moving my men back into more battle positions. Dreadnought stacking. We can capture all these. Our Bane sword finally comes into range. Can't do much from this range though still. Sends a shot off. Vanguard coming down. It does look like we're in a position of clearing this city pretty quickly now. Not much I'm fearing at this point. Obviously because we are all in Centurion armour, so Centurion armour very powerful. All in all that looking good. And it does look like we might be coming to the end of our turn. I don't know if we've got any more, so let's end our turn. Take a few shots. Dreadnoughts start to consider heading to the north because we look around and we go, right, we need to take that city, so we will do so as required. Start sending all my dreadnoughts north. Yeah, just trying to clear out little bits of resistance now. And finally, I think because of the flank attack led by TG, we've been able to kind of get ourselves off of this bridge. Few pockets of resistance just to clear up. Finally, Will Robbins moving up as well. All in all, pushing forward is what we are doing. Vanguard coming down. Bane sword moves up again. So we're going to deal with this city now. Squads moving up where they can. Yeah, I'm trying to clear squads. Attacking the weird boys and our Land Raider. And we'll be looking to end our turn very shortly. Another point. It does look like we may have one this already. Oh, more Orks are coming in. But we win, we get a stunning victory. We've managed to clear the bridges. That was the aim of this particular mission. As we once again cross the River Stygius, having defended it, having fallen back, we're now pushing forward against the Orc hordes. So all goes well, Captain Bane. The Xenos scum flee. The time has come to retake Armageddon. The planet remains a vital link in the Segmentum supply chain. To that end, we must save as much of its infrastructure and civilian populations as we can to prevent long-lasting damage by the Orks. So there we are. Advance as far into the disintegrated Ork forces as you can. Destroy all Xenos you encounter. Secure at least 7 objectives on the way. Be aware that your forces may encounter civilian refugees during your advance. They will be armed, but no match for even the retreating greenskins. We, as the Emperor's finest, are duty sworn to protect them, even if that means delaying our primary objectives. Do not besmirch the good name of the Salamanders. Go now, forge death in the furnace of battle. That's the thing with the Salamanders. They do actually care about civilians, whereas other Space Marines, they're just there to complete their mission a lot of the time. But the Salamanders do care about the people in their world. So we've got to capture 7 Hitchy Vexes. We're back at a hive at this point, while trying to clear out Orks. So we need to try and save the hive. Purchase options wise, guys, I don't think there's going to be anything really new at this point. What I will do is obviously sort out that Centurion in a second. Perhaps we'll give you guys options to maybe get some tanks, or maybe get some aircraft, or maybe another aircraft, or maybe, because I think there's nothing really new tank-wise. What we may do is actually give you an option between the land speeders, because we haven't got any land speeders alone, and we need something else that can scout. So we have the Tempest with 2 missile launchers, Assault Cannon, or Typhoon with 2 missile launchers and a heavy bolter, Tornado, a heavy flame and a heavy bolter, or the land speeder itself with a heavy bolter. If you choose that, I'll be very, very sad. But land speeder Tempest or Typhoon would be good. Either one. Tempest is a little bit heavily armoured, so maybe that'd be the one you guys want to choose. But you guys get to decide. I don't get to decide this. I just get to command. Also, I'll give you options for flyers, maybe Storm Talon, Storm Raven, Storm Eagle, what you want to see. We'll have a look at that as well. And generally, we've got this bottom setup area here, and we have to go and take all these hexes as we advance. So we've got a strong advance. I'm just going to upgrade and give this guy a Land Raider. A strong advance up towards the Hive City, clearing what we can as we go. And the more we clear, obviously, the better off we'll be. We need to get around these mountains. So it'll be an interesting advance. But I think we're in a good position. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for always as watching. If you're not a Patreon subscriber, do check out our Patreon channel. You could star in this series or any other series that we do on Patreon. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. This is Bane as always, signing out.